This is an interesting story on profit and loss. And there is an incident which happens where Baba tells a group of villagers to go to their fields because they have caught fire. It is scorching heat of summer and fires get lit up. And these people go and don't see any fire and come back and tell Baba, you made us go in the heat, now we have blisters on our feet. And Baba says, I am not incorrect. So please go back. And then they see smoke coming up from the fields. And Baba specifies that one patch will be burnt, the rest will be saved by Baba's grace. One patch will be burnt, rest will be saved. This is the setting of the incident. Now let's see what Baba says about this and how the people react. Baba says, the center portion of the crop will be burnt, but the rest of the crop will not be affected by the fire. The center portion is the share of the fire, and only the fire will take this portion. No one can stop it from consuming its share. What happened was exactly what Sai said. Only the center portion of the crop was burnt, the rest of the crop was saved. The villagers were very pleased with the kind act of Sri Sai. In the evening, the villagers gathered in the masjid and Sai said, look at this Bhagchand, one of the people. Today his crops were burned to ashes. He is in deep sorrow. Always remember that loss or profit and birth or death are under the control of God. Everyone knows this, but they are so foolish that they are not able to accept the consequences of that and grieve unnecessarily. They are happy only if they are in profit. As soon as they have some loss, they start crying. When you say, this is mine, is it really yours for sure? How can you say that it is mine? You see, this is an important point because even when it comes to money, let's say we work hard for a living and we get money. Now we say it is mine. It's actually not, because the money came from somewhere else who had it. Someone else had the money. It was given to you for your effort. Now the point is, was it truly your effort? Who gave you this body? Who gave you the consciousness? Who gave you the intelligence to do the work? God did. So does the money belong to you or to God? This is what Baba is pointing to. When we say this is mine, this is my crop, this is my field, this is my, who is this me who is saying it? Is that me of any worth without God's will? So this is what Baba is saying, that the minute this is me and mine, the crop is not yours. It belongs to the land. It is nourished by the earth. How does it become my crop? Which if it gets burned, it means I am at a loss. Nobody asked the earth, nobody asked the sun. So he rightfully says that the sun has taken its share through fire. This is the hypnosis where we think this is mine. That is the trouble. Baba continued, The crops which were burnt did not belong only to the Marwari. The husk of the crops was the fodder for animals. The crops were grown in the womb of earth by sowing seeds. Earth has given life to these seeds. The clouds showered water on them in the form of rainfall. The sun has given the light and the energy by which they have blossomed. In this way, there are three owners of these crops: the earth, the sun, and the sky. These three elements of nature together made the harvest ready. Then, how does this Marwari claim that the crops are his crops? Fire forcefully snatched its share by burning it because the sun has been the primary source of its life. The earth has made some contribution, but it never got any share. Instead, it had to bear the heat of the fire. The sky also made some efforts in the growth of the crops, but did not get anything in return. The clouds of the sky are not bothered about all that, as they are busy roaming here and there in the sky. You see, who is this one who is bothered? The elements, as a result of which the crop grew, are not bothered. But my land, therefore my crop, when I sell it at a profit, I'm very happy. But when it gets burnt, how could my crop get burnt? So when we live with this understanding that profit and loss are a part of life, one will see good days, one will see not so good days. It is the flow of life. Then we are no longer attached to this me and mine. We become more free. We are allowed to let things go. We all have this experience, which I use often, at least in the urban areas, cities, towns. You have bought a beautiful shirt, brand new from the shop, and next day after wearing it, you put it in the wash, and either some color runs on it, or let's say in the ironing it gets burnt, whatever it be. How do you react? More than likely you'll throw a fit. My brand new shirt, how dare you do this to it? How do we react to objects in our environment reveals a lot about our degree of equanimity and peace. Yes, there may be anger in the moment. I got a new shirt yesterday and look what has happened. That may also happen. We are not all Buddhas where we just sit and allow things to happen and pass. But even if there is anger in the moment at something that has happened, it stops there. We now have the understanding that, look, this was meant to happen. I was meant to buy the shirt, it was meant to get destroyed. I may blame someone, which is of no use, because it's happened already. Through an act of God eventually. The person is the instrument. The color is the instrument for the happening to happen. So I no longer am involved in the dialogue of the mind. Why did this happen? Why did I do this? Why should I have given it this? Why did this happen to me? All that is eliminated. And then we say, okay, maybe I bought 5 new shirts in the year. This happened to 1 shirt. Isn't it fine if it happens to just 1 out of 5? So we start accepting this loss of items, so to speak, objects in our life, because we know it's meant to go. So we are no longer swayed by these opposites of profit and loss. Same with profit, as I've mentioned earlier. Pleasure may arise. Oh, my investment in the stock market went up 5 times. But no pride, because I know I was lucky. So I'm not attached now as an individual to these polaric opposites. I don't get elated too much and don't get depressed too much. I'm on an even keel because I have seen the nature of life and living, which is duality. So it's a beautiful example, and Baba, as usual, has so clearly stated that we don't see the obvious, that it's these elements of nature which were responsible for the growth of the crop. Sai further says, God gives by one hand and after some time takes it back from you. God actually takes back what are God's own things after giving them to you. The things that belong to God, why do you claim them as yours? Why do you declare your possessiveness and authority over them? Why are you happy when you get them from God? And why do you cry and weep when God takes them back from you? Are you not aware of this? Are you ignorant about it? Due to ignorance, you are influenced and affected by happiness or suffering. So clear.